cool mau mau. A cool mau mau pa. E ho mai. E ho mai. E ho mai. E ho mai ka iki mai luna mai. Ona mea huna no awe mele e ho mai. E ho mai. E ho mai. E ho mai ka iki mai luna mai. Ona mea huna no awe mele e ho mai. E ho mai. E ho mai. E ho mai ka iki mai luna mai. Ona mea huna no awe mele e. Hele hoi akala o moka o kona. Hele hoi o Makai. Wherever you come from, Makai, all over the world. We say, welcome, Unity Church of Kona, Kakaiaka, Ekomamai. Good morning and welcome. As we start here with the Unity with the Eomai prayer chant, beseeching the Great Spirit for the wisdom, done in 3 octaves for the layers, meanings of the story. Lower octave, or higher octave is why they would be telling the stories to our children. There must be a reason. And then the highest octave is, oh, Great Spirit, beseeching thee for the wisdom of life experiences that become our stories. With the knowledge of that experience, we never have to repeat them over and over again. So as it is a fitting prayer chant, we like to share it here at Unity. So God bless you, everybody. Welcome. Mahalo keakua. As we get started with our service, I'd please ask you to stand, and we'll do our affirmation for the month, vision and mission statements. And our affirmation is strength. And so together, I spring forth with courage and confidence to do all that Spirit has called me to do. And I take action now. And so it is. And so we're at Unity, we come together with a vision of a world family of oneness, peace, and love, with our mission to inspire spiritual growth and service through the active practice of love, prayer, faith, joy, and honoring everyone as a child of God. And so it is. And while I've got everybody standing, let's get some singers on board as we'll start with our opening song, We Come Together. All right, welcome. Welcome, everybody. We all coming together today. Elaine, thank you. I don't know. You can get where you like. Here we go.
Look at the person next to you. Say, God loves you and I love you too. Feel the love in the sanctuary. Now lift your voice and repeat after me. Ooh.
We come together.
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 We come together in the name of love.
We come together.
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 We come together in the name of love. Look at the person next to you. Say, I recognize the God in you. Feel the love in the sanctuary. Now lift your voice and repeat after me. Ooh.
We come together.
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 We come together in the name of love.
We come together.
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 We come together in the name of love.
From every walk of life.
From every walk of life.
Every creed and color.
Every creed and color.
Get you feel nice.
Oh, get your feet.
Ooh, in honor of the God in each other. Now look at the person next to you. Say, namaste, I bow to you. Feel the love in the sanctuary. Now lift your voice and repeat after me. Ooh.
We come together.
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 We come together in the name of love.
We come together.
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 We come together in the name of love.
We come together.
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 In the name of love.
We come together.
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 We come together in the name of love.
Woo! While we're all standing, please take 5 minutes and say hi to everybody in your neighbor there. As here in the sanctuary, we like to take this moment to greet one another, as it's been a week since we've seen you. If you're joining us online, well, please leave a comment in the comment section of the Facebook Live or on the YouTube, and we can formally greet everybody, as we always like to do here in just a few moments. So. Welcome, everybody. What an amazing day. What a beautiful start on a day, as we are so grateful to be here in Hawaii and so grateful to be able to share the light of the love. And as we ask anybody that's new or visiting for the first time, if you'd please stand, and we'd like to hear your name and maybe where you're from. And so new faces, we'd like to greet everybody. So if you would. No, there's some back here. Thank you. Teresa from Denver. Well, welcome, Esther. Absolutely. Thank you, guys. As we like to share a great big aloha and God bless you. Please join us upstairs after service. There should be some snacks and goodies to pass around. It's a kind of a potluck thing, as we always like to share a little bit of fellowship time after service. And with that, it's time to do our daily word. And so I've asked Elaine to come up and do our daily word for us today. Thank you, Elaine, for doing so.
The word for today is to pray for others. As I pray, I affirm the activity of God in your life and in mine. I'm honored by the trust of those who ask me to pray with them. Whatever I'm asked to pray about, my responsibility is always the same, to recognize all qualities of spirit are active, even in the most challenging circumstances. I remain steadfast, affirming this truth. If I've been asked to pray for healing, I release all thoughts of illness. I affirm divine life. Life is active in every cell. I see harmony and perfect function restored. If I'm praying for abundance, I entertain no thought of lack. I affirm divine wisdom and love and understanding, guiding the one with whom I pray to make wise, prosperous choices. As I affirm truth for all who have asked for prayer, my awareness of Spirit's activity in my life increases also. And the Bible verse for today is 3 John, 1st chapter, 2nd verse. Beloved, I pray that all may go well with you and that you may be in good health, just as it is well with your soul. And so let's repeat the affirmation prayer for others. As I pray, I affirm the activity of God in your life and mine.
Thank you, Elaine. And so it is. Mahalo ke akua for the blessings of this day and affirming the power of prayer. And as we come into our moment of service, I'd like to please introduce our speaker today, Sasha Knowles, as she's a Reverend Deb's daughter, and she's been speaking since she was a teenager. So it's a real honor to welcome her back here at Unity of Kona. Sasha Knowles, thank you. Yeah. Oh, the vision. I missed the vision. Okay. I apologize. I'm only human. So let's take a moment and visualize the sanctuary. And so as we take a deep breath, let's just get comfortable in your seats as we'll do our sanctuary visualization at this time. And as we get comfortable where we're breathing, follow your breath into this place. Follow the breath into your beautiful heart. And see the sanctuary here as a beautiful heart. Feel the loving energy of those around you. Feel it flowing in and through you. As you take a deep breath, see the loving energy flowing in and around every person, every being on this earth and in this world. And if you know of any events in your life or circumstances in this world, or anyone in your life in need of prayer, let's take a moment now and see them in the center of what we've just created, the breath of a beautiful heart. So now we'll come together as we'll do our prayer for protection. For the light of God surrounds us. I am the light of God. The love of God enfolds us. I am the love of God. The power of God protects us. I am the power of God. And the presence of God watches over us. I am the presence of God. Wherever I am, God is, and all is well. And so it is. Amen. Mahalo ke akua. Nope. Now we're going to Sasha. Thank you, Sasha.
Yeah, we're switching things up a little bit today. Thank you, everyone. Well, good morning. I'm so happy to be here. And I know we did. Thank you. Thank you. And I know we just started with kind of almost like starting us in our meditation, and in that, with the centering heart, we're going to continue on that right now. And we're just going to take a moment. It's our time to begin our centering prayer. So you may close your eyes if that feels comfortable for you. It is our time to go to that sacred place of the Most High in us. And we can do this by simply breathing. Taking in a deep breath that is God, that is Creator, and hold it for just a moment. And as we exhale, we begin to relax, breathing in again deeply and holding it briefly. As we exhale this time, we quiet our mind and we calm our emotions. And we just let anything that blocks us from being centered and on purpose and being here right now, we let it go and we just let God. And breathing in once more and holding it once more. Exhaling this time, we rest in the consciousness of our heart. And allow your breathing to be just an easy in and an easy out. Just watch your breath in these moments. Breathing and relaxing. Breathing in and trusting and knowing that God, Spirit within, is guiding and directing us in everything that we do, think, say, and do. Allow yourself to feel this energy, the energy of the heart, this light of the Spirit of the Christ God universe within. As we rest in that energy of the heart, we imagine it opening like petals of a flower. each petal unfolding and thinking of the beauty around us, within us, around all of us. We just let that beauty and light come out of our heart and enjoy our whole body. We know and affirm this truth that I am now open and receptive to the living Spirit of God in me. I am now open and receptive to the living Spirit of God, universe, in me. Affirm this silently in your mind and your heart. We know this truth permeates every cell of our being, and we are whole and complete. And as we go into a time of quiet prayer, let us seek and knock whatever is in our heart, whatever we may want to know right here and right now. And in these moments, receive your blessing in the silence. And now as we take another deep breath, we can truly feel the presence of God, Spirit within. Thank you, Creator Spirit, for blessing us, for shining within us, for letting our light shine today and always. Thank you, God. Amen. And as we come out of this quiet time of prayer and meditation, we're just going to relax and to listen to a beautiful song by Dondi.
Aloha kakayaka, everyone. Good morning. What a wonderful day. For those of us that live here in the islands, we're so fortunate, so grateful that we live here in paradise. And this song talks about Hawaii, Hawaiian soul. Where I live, there are rainbows with life and the laughter of morning and starry night. Where I live, there are rainbows and flowers full of color and birds filled with song. I can smile when it's raining and touch the warmth of the sun. I hear children laughing in this place that I love. Where I live, there are rainbows and flowers full of color and birds filled with smile when it's raining and touch the warmth of the sun. I hear children laughing in this place that I love. In this place that I love.
Thank you, Dondi. Thank you, thank you. I had asked him to sing that song. It came to me because I danced hula to that in 5th grade, and it was just a happy memory. But it also reminded me of the talk today. You know, we do live in this spectacular place, and I work in the hospitality industry also, as many of us do here in Hawaii. And we're not the only ones that love it who live here. We have lots of people, as all of those that work at the airport know, we have lots of people coming over to the islands every day, and so much. Travel has been at all-time high since opening a year ago when all restrictions were lifted. I have worked about every day in January so far. Of course, I have some work to do on the self-care that I'm going to talk about today. And that is how many visitors and group travel we have. It's just very busy. I have been working on all the islands, so I was in Maui this week. I was on Oahu in February and December, and it's just really beautiful. Like, I grew up on the island of Oahu, and I'm here now on this island. And to be able to see the beauty of each island, I do feel very lucky. I'm very busy, but I'm very lucky. All of my coworkers or team members, from bus drivers to fancy drivers to banquet captains, event staff, servers, everyone is working extra hours and extra days. Some of my team members look really tired, but we always put a happy face on for those visitors. So I got to thinking this kind of seems to be a trend again. People are busy again. I mean, if we noticed during the pandemic, we kind of paused, we calmed a bit, but I don't think that's here anymore. It's busy. We have deadlines and things to do, people in person, and we're busy. So I was sitting on the OGG, the Maui Airport floor this week because it was so busy in the lobby. And my flight was delayed again, another hour, and I was sitting there going, wow, the world is in full swing, but do I want to join into this? And of course, I had done this talk description a month ago. Rest, renew, rejuvenate you, I think, is what I decided to do, and put a little spring in your step. I got to practice it completely. Okay. So that was my talk. I was like, yes, I'm going to find rest and relaxation and beauty. And I did. However, I had to practice it a lot, just like we talk about. Whenever we're going to do a talk, we get to practice everything we're doing firsthand. So when I see that picture of that hammock there, that's how I picture resting and rejuvenating my spirit and my soul. Being on the beach, relaxing, having days off, nowhere to be. Is that always practical? It's been a while. Yeah, you work hospitality too. You know how busy that gets. Or building your house, or whatever it is. But that's what I'm going to share today. How we can find tranquility and recharge amongst such energy all around us. We can recharge and renew our spirit in just moments throughout the day. And that's what I challenged myself to do, and I challenge you to do as well. We might not all be working a job all the time, but I do think it's universal that we all know how to fill our time. And a lot of times it's doing things that we really want to do, whether it be a job, community service, choirs, painting, pickleball, or even a social life. Have you ever filled your schedule so full that you haven't taken time for you? I got one hand raised. Is it just me, Kayla, or are we all doing this? Okay, all right, that's better. That's more like it. So my mom and I started an event speaking business. shortly before she had passed, it was kind of a coaching business. We were mostly doing towards women, especially because we were both busy moms and working moms. And our slogan was relax, renew, rejuvenate you. Where'd we get that? So, of course, my mama's in here, too, today. But really, I think all of us can use a toolbox full of things that we can do to help find that peace and center again each and every day. Even if we have life challenges that do just come up. You know, a family member gets sick, we have a number of things could happen, right? So I'm going to share my favorite tools with you. This is my newest one, and I got this while I was on Maui. So actually, that was a picture here in Kona. How many of you take pictures when you see something beautiful? Right? We do. So this was in Maui from I was at the Four Seasons. This was at the pier the other night. I'm jumping back and forth, but I just sharing with you any pictures that I was like, that has some beauty in it. Can anyone see a little animal in there? I was sitting at the Hapuna Beach, and I felt someone watching me. I was doing a little meditation out on my lanai, and I was like, somebody's watching me. And it was this, and he became my friend the whole time there. I digress. But the idea is we all do this. We take these moments of pictures, right? So I challenge you, so every time I take a picture of a beautiful scenery, this was on my walk on Monday morning this week in Maui. So I just, we just breathe. This was here on the Big Island. I was setting up for a function. Oh my gosh, everybody was crazy around me, running around. I stopped and snapped a picture. Everyone was worried about getting those numbers up on the things and everything being set up in time for movie night. But I was like, I'm taking in this beautiful sunset. And so I did. So whenever we take a picture, we all do, whether it be even with family. So this was another one at the Four Seasons. I have to say it's been really neat to see all these beautiful places. This was here on the Big Island. I had to watch my job one day. I think someone else did it here, where you watch the hole-in-one because it was a golf tournament. I had to watch the hole-in-one. But that was my view. I can't complain, right? And I was on a catamaran a couple weeks ago, and I got to be with the dolphins, right? So I got to do that. But sometimes we're with our family. Those are all my kids. So it doesn't have to be beautiful scenery. It could be just with us in this moment. And that's my dog. I mean, it could even be with our animals. So throughout the day, who snaps pictures of family, friends, beauty, all around? So every time we can breathe in this moment and find our center, because that's what we're doing. It doesn't just have to be for the phone and pictures to share. We can be in this moment right now. And I'm going to share with you not being in this moment. So it was just a week ago. I was on Maui. I had a bigger role at this hospitality group event, and I'm getting ready for this event up on this beautiful ocean lawn at the Four Seasons, and the client is about ready to come do their walkthrough. They do their walkthrough. I mean, they've picked out the linens, the decor, the flowers. The flowers hadn't arrived yet, but they wanted to take a look at it. So it's windy. Mind you, it's windy. So the wind is blowing, so the chairs have to be pushed up against the table to keep it from blowing away. And I walk up with the client. I don't know her very well. I have connected with the other two clients a lot better. We've become buddies, but this is the one who I haven't quite yet. And if for some crazy reason you're watching, I realize you have to get this just right, and I love you, and that. But we're up there, and she goes, "What am I looking at?" I've done something wrong. That's my immediate. She's like, "What am I even looking at? What are these couches? Why are they here? What are these linen?" I had never experienced a client like this yet, where they weren't happy. And I was like, oh boy. So I was anxious. I was stressed. I was not in the moment. I did not have peace. I did not feel rested. I had been up since like 5 that morning because I'd been working, getting ready for all this event and the arrivals. It was the big day. The big executives were coming to this function out on this lawn. It looked beautiful, by the way. So Oh, I forgot a story. Anybody recognize where this is? So this was Easter morning. So I have to say this, Easter morning, and I wasn't very happy. I had to work at 6 a.m. at the airport, and I was not very peaceful either. This was another moment about not finding it. But I looked, and every Easter I've gone to church, usually, and sunrise service, especially as a kid growing up. So I look up, and I thought it just looked so beautiful. So I snapped a picture and was so grateful to be there. So we can find beauty even in places sometimes where we're working and didn't want to be there. I forgot I put that in there. So the story I was just sharing with you about this area, I have this tool that I use. So I did this 16 seconds to heaven. I learned it from a spiritual teacher, and I can't remember which, and I wish I could credit you for it. But if you guys will do this with me, this helped me find my peace to then be able to step forward with grace and ease in that challenging moment with a difficult person. Do we ever have difficult people in our lives? literally thrown under the bus, he said. Okay, so this one is easy. It's breath work. 16 seconds to heaven. It's breathing in for 4. I'm going to have us actually do it, but I'll tell you about it first. We're going to breathe in for 4, hold for 4, breathe out for 4, and rest for 4. Okay, we're going to try it together. And I do this all the time. No one knows if you're like with people. You can do it when no one knows. Okay, so we're going to breathe in for 4, 2, 3, 4, and hold. 2, 3, 4. Breathe out. 2, 3, 4, and rest. 2, 3, 4. Breathe in. 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4. Breathe out. 2, 3, 4, and rest. 2, 3, 4. Breathe in. 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4. Breathe out. 2, 3, 4, and rest. 2, 3, 4. How do you feel? And it really is, it brings your back to center. Changes the moment. So I did this when I was afraid. I was afraid I was going to get in trouble from this client. I was afraid that the owner of my company would be upset, or the event person would be upset because now they're going to have to move these couches. But I did that, and I breathed, and I went, everything is always working out for me. So this was what I was walking through with the client, and she didn't like the couches, which they had chosen, mind you, and she didn't think the linen matched the white couches, which they chose, all of this. And the flowers hadn't arrived. The flowers had purples and oranges, and it pulled everything all together. And mind you, it's a nighttime event, so it's also going to have all the fun lights. So there's now going to be lights. But all I could do was say, okay, so I did that 16 seconds to heaven. I looked in the other direction. I snapped a photo. And I went, everything is going to be okay. And it was. I'm not in trouble. We moved the couches. I still didn't quite see why it wasn't beauty enough, but it all worked out. And I brought myself back to center. Did I have to jump on the bandwagon of stress and crazy town? No, I didn't. I went, I'm in Maui at this beautiful view. What is there to be upset about? Right? So that's one of my tools. One of my favorite tools is that I use that all the time. I've taught all of my kids that when they're stressed and in the moment. Just try this. This is another tool I use all the time, which is Unity's tool, the You Pray app. So it's on my phone. And because everybody these days are on their phone, no one notices if I'm on my phone reading affirmations or entering a prayer request. You can actually enter a prayer request, which you'll get a response, personalized response just for you. So when I've been in moments, like when we're in a meeting and I've felt stressed, I've pulled up that app and I've read the affirmations. There's different categories. You could read all of them. Some of them are divine order or health or peace. And I've done that. So that's a tool that I've used when I'm in a pinch and can't think of something else to do. So that's one of my favorites. Affirmations are it for me too. My go-to affirmation is everything is always working out for me. I say that like I'm walking back from that couches. Everything is always working out for me. Everything is always working out for me. Or when whatever situation is coming up, especially when you're dealing with people that want everything perfect. A lot of things, which is hard for a recovering perfectionist to not jump in that perfection bandwagon. Go, everything is working out for me. I'm worthy of love and I know just what to do. That's my other go-to affirmation. And you can make it up. So I make them up beforehand because when you're in the moment, it's hard to think of the affirmation to say. I've even shared with my kids or teaching in Sunday school that you can just say love over and over again. Peace if you can't think of anything else. And it just changes that vibration. It changes it. So even in the amongst of stress, we can find those moments of peace and rest. Crazy, right? Next up, sleep. Sleep is my favorite toolbox one. I do love to sleep. Anyone else love to sleep? What happens if you don't have enough time or you think, oh man, I only have 5 hours before I have to get up? Does that ever happen to you guys? Anybody here? So this is what I do in those situations. I ask every little cell in my body to restore and rejuvenate in the time that it has. I don't know, try it. It could just be me, but it always works, and I wake up feeling rested and renewed. So that's my superpower, but I try to get 7 hours of sleep. That's what I feel like it is, but we all have it within us. It's not just mine. It's yours too. So that, you go for 9? I like it. Ooh, I'm doing that tonight. I love the beach and coffee. Those are my 2 favorites. So this is my tool for me. If I'm really need to, just getting out to the beach, even if it's for an hour. And we're so lucky here, even in Kona or somewhere where we can drive. Kona Old A's. We could go there, or Oma's, where you can drive your car if you can't get out for some reason. You could sit and park, and just being in nature. Maybe it is just the trees in your yard, or looking at the ocean from wherever you are. But just finding that even if we can't spend a whole day there, that's what I've found. Sometimes I'd be like, oh, that's it. I can't go to the beach today. I've got too many things to do. But if I even find 20 minutes or half an hour to rejuvenate that spirit, I'm happier and I can handle all that comes, even cranky clients, right? This one is hard for me because sometimes I have felt like when I take time for me, I'm taking away, especially as a mom, probably as a caregiver or good friend. It's really hard sometimes to go, like, I knew that I haven't scheduled that walk for myself, but I could do something else. Someone calls and says, hey, can you take me to my appointment? Well, I could do that, but then I wouldn't get that to myself. So it's hard sometimes to feel selfish, or it feels selfish. But when we take care of us, just like we always say, so that's been something I've been trying to practice. Self-care isn't selfish, and it's okay to say no with love and grace. I mean, it's not like we're saying it because we don't. Most of the time, we want to do all the things, right? So that's been one I've been really working on. And then I have a self-care emergency kit. So has anybody ever read any of Cheryl Richardson's work? Yeah, she has this self-care emergency kit. So I'm going to read you a little bit about it, and then I'll share you mine. So your extreme self-care first aid kit. Now that you've become better equipped, so she talks about going through this whole book of setting up things and actually saying no at times. And she says, when life hands you a challenge, a crisis, or an unexpected curveball, there's a good chance you'll forget everything you've learned and go back to what you're used to, like running around crazy, feeling stressed, and not sleeping. So she suggests making a self-care list, and it could be on your phone. Well, I made my little self-care folder here, and I love Post-its. So for me, I have all the things that I forget. So like walks on there a lot. I think we were talking about walking just today. A walk to the beach. It's okay to just sit on the lanai and do nothing. Sometimes I feel like, oh, I've got to get a to-do thing at the same time, but it's okay to sit on the lanai. Call my best friend, text, did you eat today? Go to the gym, breathe, 16 seconds to heaven, stretch. I have a lot of movement. I am a dance teacher and a dancer, so I always bring my center back by movement. Walk Leo or sit by Leo, my dog. And it's okay to say no. Jump in the ocean. But sometimes when you're stressed or challenged, don't we forget these things? We forget how to help take care of ourselves. And is it selfish to take care of ourselves? No, it's not. I have a little treat for everybody that we get to practice. Can I have 2 lovely volunteers pass out my treats? So this was a little thing that my mom and I used to do with our clients. Thank you. Thank you. So it's called a 1-minute meditation. Well, that's later today. But don't the umbrellas just make you smile? Like, do we have to have it for just when we're out having a fancy drink? So it's attached to a dark chocolate. So if you're not here, but we're here as a group, but we're going to find a quiet place, so we got that. We're going to place that candy in your mouth if you feel like it. You don't have to. But if you'd like to, you can go ahead and enjoy that piece of dark chocolate. Same flavor. Yep, everybody's got the same flavor. It's no mix-up. It's all a piece of dark chocolate. And I want you to close your eyes. You're going to just take a deep breath and savor the flavor. Just let it melt in your mouth. And just breathe. And voila, you just took time for you. Just by taking that moment, breathing. And we got to make our senses enjoy a piece of chocolate. We got to be surprised by the fun umbrella and enjoy that happiness. We can find joy and beauty. Heck, we live in Hawaii, in one of the most beautiful places. We don't have to be a tourist to be able to go to these places. I didn't realize how many places I had never gone to growing up here. I had never been on a catamaran until I did it for work. I hadn't been to the Four Seasons on different islands till I've done it for work. But we can do that even if we can do that. We can take care of us, even for little moments. And now, my final touch. I always have to do a little fun. Are you ready, Dondi? He learned this song for me. I learned this song in YOU, the Youth of Unity, when I was a teenager. A big part of the teenage youth group, Unity, is joy songs. And we'd have to be silly and, getting teenagers to sing silly songs. But I also noticed it had a ripple effect on even the adult sponsors, which were the adults in the room, the ministers, even the singers. So this song is talking about every little cell in our body being happy and healthy and well. And if you feel like it, I'd love you to join in. And there's the words there. Are we ready?
I'm so glad every little cell in my body is happy and well. I'm so glad every little cell in my body is happy and well. Every little cell in my body is happy. Every little cell in my happy body is well. I'm so glad every little cell, everybody is happy and well. I'm so glad every little cell in my body is happy and well. Every little cell in my body is happy. Every little cell in my body is well. Every little cell in my body is happy. Every little cell in my body is well. I'm so glad every little cell in my body is happy and well. I'm so glad every little cell in my body is happy and well.
That's going to be stuck in your head like all day. But it's a good kind of stuck. So when you're feeling kind of down, you can sing this little silly song, right? So those are my top tools for the trade of finding rest and relaxation even in the moments, even when we're busy with life, even when stresses come up. I hope you'll try some of them or find some of your own. I would love to hear about it, how they worked for you, or your favorite ones that worked or that you do. Because I always am trying to add more things to my toolbox as well. Thank you for joining me. I hope you had a little fun with me today. I love being able to come up here and share.
Thank you, Sasha. Every little cell is happy and well. What an inspiring speech, and help us to rest, rejuvenate, and relax. And it's all about that self-care. So with that, we'd like to take everybody, if you'd like to hold your gifts and offerings in your hands as we get ready to do our offertory blessing. And if you're joining us online, there are many ways which you can also contribute to the church, as there are QR codes, and don't forget Amazon Prime and all the different ways that you can share. PayPal now is free to send money through PayPal to the Unity of Kona. Our ushers will be going around as we do our offertory prayer now. And so, divine love, through me, blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. I am abundantly prosperous in every way, and so it is. Thank you. Mahalo keakua. A little more music from Donnie, I believe, huh? Boy, you're the music man today. Thank you for your time.
And you.
And me. Yeah, okay.
We're doing another joy song. These are silly motions, but you can do them too with us. And we're talking about peace like a river, so we can all do that. Peace like a river. We've got joy like a fountain. And we've got love like an ocean. That's it. It's as simple as that. We're going to have some fun.
I've got peace like a river. I've got peace like a river. I've got peace like a river in my soul.
In my soul.
I've got peace like a river. I've got peace like a river. I've got peace like a river in my soul.
In my soul.
Got joy like a fountain. I've got joy like a fountain. I've got joy like a fountain in my soul.
In my soul.
I've got joy like a fountain. I've got joy like a fountain. I've got joy like a fountain in my soul.
In my soul.
I've got
Love
love
like
like
an ocean. I got love like the ocean. Got love like the ocean. My soul. In my soul.
I've got love like the ocean.
I've got love like the ocean.
I've got love.
Love like the ocean. In my soul. In my soul. Your peace like a river. I've got joy like a mountain. Got love like an ocean in my soul. In my soul. Joy is like a river.
I've got joy like a mountain. I've got love like the ocean in my soul.
In my soul. Thank you, Sasha and Dondi. That's so much fun. And I ad-libbed that, but that was really fun too. And so now it's time to have our ushers come up as we'll do our blessings of this gifts and offerings. And as we hold a moment and just know that through Spirit we do know that as we give, so shall we receive. And so now we'll dedicate and consecrate all these gifts to do your will and your work in this world, in this ministry, in our lives, in our community. And so it is. Amen. Mahalo keakua. And as we get ready for the closing songs, we'll have first and foremost Hawaii Unity of Kona as a prayer ministry. The You Pray app, download it, get it on your phones, and then you got 30 days consecutive prayer with responses and everything. We also have the prayer request forms in the back of the sanctuary. So fill out one of those forms, drop in the box. Our prayer chaplains pray over them, and then send them on to Silent Unity. And so the power of prayer tenfold when two or more pray together. So let's utilize the power of prayer. And so we have that. Also, a few more announcements. Nancy Matthews is a team member of the month. So thank you, Nancy. And so, wow, she arranging, providing the floral arrangements here by the podium. She's bringing food, and she's fellowship assisting in the new bake sale and circulation days and handwritten acknowledgments. She's so involved with the church. We are so blessed to have her, and so we are so grateful for your spirit of aloha, your willingness to serve. And so we do love you. Thank you. Also, time to come and drum. Join us for a monthly integrated community drumming circle right here at the Sanctuary Thursday, April 27th, 2023. That'll be 6:30 till 7:30, so borrow. There will be drums available to borrow, but bring one if you got it or your shaker. And so on a limited basis, we'll have a few here. But if you have any questions, see Clyde. He's over in the back of the sanctuary. So thank you, Clyde, for putting that all together. There is an Ohana gathering next Sunday from 11:30 to 12:30. This gathering is to update all the Ohana, connect and share with our congregants. And I believe it doesn't say, but come on, guys, potluck? Can we do potluck? All right, next Sunday, potluck, Ohana gathering. All right? It's all about the food. Food and fellowship.
That goes unsaid.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, well, right, yeah. But as you all know, it does take a village to run the spiritual community, so we appreciate everybody's time, talent, and treasures. And so there are several sign-up sheets in the back. And so if you'd like to sign up for do some of these things, or we need help around here, we truly appreciate all the love that's shared here at the service. And so don't forget the refreshments upstairs. Let's make a circle right behind the cameras as we'll do our closing songs. Let there be peace on earth and aloha oi.
Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, a peace that was meant to be. With God as creator, family all are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every breath I take, let this be my joyous vow. To take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me.
As we take these moments for rest, rejuvenation, relaxation, don't forget to hold that spirit of love in your hearts. Till we meet again, we'll finish with aloha oi.
Aloha oi, aloha oi, eke ona ona no i kalipo. One fond embrace, ahoy until we meet again.
aloha. Until we meet again, my friends, namaste. Don't forget to join us upstairs for snacks. We'll get a little closing music. Thank you, Donnie.
E Hawaii e kuone au na we.
Au na hui ku home kula ivine. Pono Hawaii na pono lani o. E Hawaii aloha e. E haoli na opio Hawaii e. Holy e, holy e. Vai na e a he makani a pai mai e. Mau ke aloha, no Hawaii.
One more time, everyone.
E Hawaii ke oni hau na we. Ku home, kula ivine. Oli no awina pono lani o. E Hawaii, aloha e. E haoli o na hopi o Hawaii e. Holi e, holi e. Mai na ahe makani a pa mai e. Mau ke aloha, no Hawaii. Mau ke aloha, no Hawaii.
Mahalo, Keakua.
Mahalo,
Thank you,
everyone.
guys. Hey, my friends. Jehu.